joining us on the phone, we have got my man from Welderup, Steve Darnell. Steve, good morning, sir. How are you?
What's up, Big J? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty dang good, man. It's good to talk to you. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that fashion show thing they had at Bones years ago that you brought your rat rod out to?
Yeah, I remember talking to you over there. That was kind of a fun deal.
That was a fun deal. I just remember that too. And I love seeing all the stuff you're doing. I'm like, I remember seeing that car, and it was awesome, and talking to Steve. And so now you've done big things. So for people that don't know, you went to school here in Billings and, did stuff here, but you kind of split your time here in Vegas. And then you came back here and had Welderup and lived out in Shepherd for about 7 years. And now you're back in Vegas. But let's start back at the beginning when you were here with Welderup. Explain to people how you started it, what Welderup was, what your idea was. What were you doing when you started it all?
Well, to kind of go way back a little bit, I'm actually a native of Las Vegas. I was born here, and my mom married a guy from Montana. I moved up there, and I went to all the way through school up in Montana, and then when I graduated high school, I came back to Vegas. And I worked here for my dad in a steel company for about 13 years. And I guess that's where I kind of developed the being around metal and steel. And my dad's a hot rod guy, and my mom's into cars. So kind of always had that in my blood. And in 2006 in Billings, when things kind of got slow, I had a fab shop there, Welderup. And I was doing, just miscellaneous welding equipment, doing all kinds of random welding. And it slowed up, and I thought, well, heck, I'm going to start building some cars and doing some fun stuff, and it kind of escalated from there, and here I am today. And, since then, I think I've built probably 25 cars since that time, and it's just going crazy right now.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome. And so then what was the what made you make the move back from the Welderup shop here down to Vegas? Did you have the idea of the show in mind? Did somebody, pitch you the idea of maybe, creating a show, or what brought the shop back down to Vegas?
I got hit up a few times with the production companies that wanted to do a show about some rat rods and things like that, and it kind of struck interest to me, thinking, maybe this is something I want to do. So I just knew that, unfortunately, Billings doesn't really have the connections that Vegas does. And I know people here, and I've already, I grew up here in a way where I know a lot of people here too. So it was, there's no other place on the planet like Vegas, because it's so random. And there's so many people here and so many different ideas. And you know how it is right now. There's just so many shows on TV out of Vegas that it's kind of the place to be, really. And, it's not easy. I'll tell you, this is not easy. This is a very, very complicated and hard business to be in. And, I thought that it'd be great, we'll have a show, it's going to be awesome, But let me tell you something. I've never worked so hard in my life to get where I'm at right now. And the struggles and the complications that you have to go through with people that don't understand anything about car building in this production world to do a show. And, it's just, it's nothing like I thought it was going to be. Not that I don't enjoy it. I mean, there's a part of it that I probably will enjoy. I'm still kind of on the bubble right now. We're waiting for it to air. And we got an air date set for April 17th in Canada is what I'm thinking. And here in America, and I think the rest of the country, it's going to be in July sometime. I'm not really sure. If you guys just keep checking with the Welderup website and looking at that, I will try to keep you as focused as I can on the air dates if you guys are interested in watching the show, and keep you up to date.
Totally.
That's where I would go if anybody wants to know.
Very cool. Yeah, follow him look for Welderup on Facebook, on the internet. Just, keep up there and watch that to find out when we'll be able to see Vegas rat rods. But you brought up a good point, too. I mean, it's like you're there as a businessman and as an artisan, really. I mean, like with a passion for cars and welding and building these things. And then a production company comes in. All they care about is entertainment and drama and the end result. It's like, so that does have to be an interesting struggle between you trying to do what you do and them trying to, get entertainment out of it, not really caring about the cars as much as just drama and, backstories. And that does have to be an interesting mix.
Yeah. It's so complicated because, the problem is you bring a production company down that doesn't really know anything about how a vehicle goes together. And I don't know, there's not very many people that have ever experienced a car build from one end to the other. So there's so many things that you have to do to make this thing run right and be safe. And the problem is they don't get that. So they put us on a budget where we realistically, and I'm not exaggerating, we build a car in 10 days from the ground up with 6 guys. Okay? Therefore, we're working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. This last time I went 4 months straight without a day off for 16 hours a day to get these builds done. We did 8 of them, and they're really cool. They are what they are. I mean, they're not for everybody, and they're just a unique, artistic way to put a car together. But I think the cool thing about it is you got age groups from kids of 3 years old to 80 years old that just love them. They think they're just cool. You can walk around them for an hour and look at them. And, I mean, that's kind of what I like about them. You know what I mean?
They are awesome. I mean, I remember that one that I saw at Bones that time that we were talking about earlier. But I mean, I've seen some of them, and people keep bringing it up on our app right now. They want to talk about the 5-finger death punch video, House of the Rising Sun. I know a lot of those were your vehicles. What was your involvement in that video? The video is fantastic, by the way. Everybody go look for that. I'm not even a rocker guy, but I loved it. Look for that 5-finger death punch video for House of the Rising Sun. McLovin just linked to it on the app. But what was your involvement in that video, and how'd you get tied up in that, Steve?
Well, Zoltan is actually the lead guitar player on the band. He owns the band. He writes the songs, and we became friends, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And so we've always been kind of interested in doing something together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he came up to me, it's only been a couple months ago, and he goes, hey, I want to do a rock video, and I was wondering if you would help me do it. And I go, yeah, whatever you want. And he goes, well, I think he had to go to China or something for, I don't know, he went on tour somewhere. But anyway, he said, if you'll set it up, when I get back, we'll do this. And he gave me kind of an idea of what he wanted to do. So I just went crazy. Of course, I'm busier than hell anyway, but I thought, this would be really cool to put this thing together. Not very often you get a chance to do a rock video like this, but I just kind of took control of it. I went and did all the wardrobe. I got all the models. I got all my guys from the Welderup crew. I got, a couple other of my friends. We got all the cars that we've built in the past. Some of the ones that are on the TV show that will be coming up are on there. I went around and I rummaged and I found scaffolding and tarps and rugs, and we basically put this little city together out there in the middle of the desert.
It looks awesome. And it's like such a cool. It's like a steampunk, post-apocalyptic, just a crazy mix of all these great styles.
It was awesome. I mean, that's exactly what we did. And what's funny is most of that stuff was out of my yard. I think I'm the only guy in Vegas that his house looks like a junkyard out here, but I don't care.
Yeah,
but
it's what you do.
Anyway, I took all that stuff out there. We staged it up, and made it look really cool. And, of course, when the band showed up, and let me tell you something, the 5-Finger Death Punch band are just a bunch of cool guys. I mean, they're nothing like you would think. I mean, they're not crazy radical or nothing. They're just cool dudes, laid back. And Zoltan at this point right now, he called me and he's like, I want to do a full feature film with you, dude. And he's like, the guy that Brian that directed the film, and if you look at the credits under it, Brian Neal, he's a great guy. I guess here in a little while, we're thinking about trying to do a full feature film, which I think would be super cool.
That would be awesome. I mean, the video looks great, and I mean, your vision for just kind of for that environment and that style and stuff is clearly right on point. I mean, the kind of rusty, aged, dusty, dirty, you know how to take that and turn it into something awesome and cool, which is, I mean, it's huge right now. Everybody loves that look and that style and kind of going back to vintage and retro and piecing things together. I mean, I think you're, hitting the nail on the head here, being the front runners on the whole rat rod movement. So I think it's going to be huge. We're going to follow you, of course. Congratulations on the Discovery Canada premiere. obviously, we all can't wait and hope that it comes to America very soon. But for now, people can follow Welderup on Facebook and check him out on the net. Also, make sure to go and check out that 5-finger death punch video and kind of get an idea of what these rat rods are if you don't, and just see Steve's awesome vision in action. And if it does premiere in America, just make plans to all of us get an Allegiant flight down to Vegas and watch the premiere at Steve's house.
There you go. Everybody's welcome.
Exactly.
Come on down. We'll have 150,000 people at my house.
Exactly.
Great.
Everybody from this area. Well, hey, Steve, man, we did this interview because so many people up here really like what you're doing and really wanted us to check in with you. So thanks for taking the time to keep in touch with the local community. We're all really proud of you and wish you the best and everything else. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon, when the premiere comes, and we'll make something happen.
Before I hang up, I just want to give a shout-out to Tyler, Octane Addictions. Go see a show this weekend. It's going to be good.
It will be good. I can vouch. I'll be there emceeing the whole thing in a tux, so I'll vouch too, Steve. Steve Darnell from Welderup and from Vegas Rat Rods, the new show on Discovery Canada, and soon, hopefully, Discovery right here in the U.S. Steve, thanks again for taking the time, man. Congratulations on the awesome success, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Okay, tell Billings I said hi for me, and I love that town. I love the state. I love everybody there. They've been supportive, and there's a bunch of good friends there. I just want to say hi to everybody.
That's awesome. We'll pass it on, Steve. Well, hey, thanks again, man. Have a great day, and talk soon, brother.
All right, buddy.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.